Okay, if you live in zone 8 and you want to grow lemons like this, Meyer lemons, then you're going to have to do some protection. A couple years ago, when we bought this house, we inherited the lemon tree, and I decided that I would do whatever it took to get it going and keep it going. Last year I covered it and we got a really nice crop of lemons. So this year I thought I'd show everybody what I'm going to do. So the first thing I did was I pruned the tree back to fit under the canopy. And the canopy really is just to provide it with some shape. And of course, Meyer lemons are pretty thorny, so it'll rip the frost cloth if you're not careful. And so I pruned it back to about, I don't know, 5.5, 6 feet. And then I put 3 strands of C9 Christmas lights, the old-fashioned Christmas lights, which produce quite a bit of heat. So the next step then was to get a 55-gallon barrel, which I got off Facebook Marketplace, and filled it up with water. So I've got 55 gallons of water that will give off heat as it cools. And of course, water has a lot of energy stored in it as a heat sink, so it will give off that energy as it cools. We don't get cold enough for the whole barrel to freeze at any time, and I doubt it will even freeze at all. So the whole time it's below freezing, it's going to be giving off heat. But just as a little extra, I bought this aquarium heater off of Amazon, and so you put this in there and it will then heat the water. I tried it a couple days ago on a 30-gallon trash can full of water, and it kept the trash can amazingly at about 90 degrees. So that's going to create a tremendous amount of heat. Probably what I'm doing is overkill, but I just want to be sure. Meyer lemons are hardy to here to about 25 degrees. We always drop at least to that, and usually below. We can count on about 20 or below every winter, and sometimes below 15, so you never know. All right, then the next step is I got this AG70 frost cloth. This is the heaviest I could find. It's supposed to provide about 8 degrees of freeze protection by itself. So if you had nothing but this and it was 24 degrees outside, it's supposed to keep it a little bit above freezing. And I'm not looking to keep it tropical under here. I just want it to stay about freezing or maybe a little above that. But this will definitely do it. So I'm going to put this over it. Going around the other side. Now the key with frost cloth, once you get it on there, is to make it effective. You want to create a seal to the ground if you can. So I got a 13 by 100 roll of this, which is way more than I need for this, but I cut off about 20 feet of it for the lemon. So the thing to do then is I take some rocks and hold it down so it won't blow. And I want to make a nice seal to the ground. Pull that tight. And then finally, just so I don't want people to think it's Halloween 24/7, this is really, it does provide some cold protection and another layer, but it's really more for aesthetic purposes. I have this green one that I got at Home Depot, and it has some protection, like I said, but mostly it's just to put a green cover over everything so it doesn't look so obvious. Put this on there. And I believe this is a 20 by 20, so it's plenty big. So I'll tighten that up when I get done. So the nice thing about what I've done is I can leave it up all winter if I want to, because the frost cloth allows for air, light, and water movement. It just holds the heat in a little bit. Some people cover with plastic. I don't. because if any part of the plant touches the plastic, it'll conduct the cold and the heat outside and the cold inside. This doesn't matter. It holds the heat in, it lets air in, it lets water in, it lets sunlight in. So that you can, like I said, you can leave it up all winter if you want to. Sometimes I pull it off, put it back on, just depends on how I feel. That's what I do. We'll see how it does again this winter. Hopefully we'll have a mild one, but if we don't, I'll be prepared. Thank you.